How's it going, everyone? It is Stock DJT with Trump coming up into January to be president. I have no doubt that this is going to have a lot of eyes on. So the purpose of this video is to say, hey, where do we look to get in at a good entry point? I don't want to be down 10 to 20% and then hating the stock just to break even, right? Entry points matter a lot. It makes you more confident. It makes you able to hold long if you need to. And then obviously have a plan when you're in. So I'm going to discuss my plan, and I'm going to use a strategy called follow the trend, right? And the only way to get the best signals is to go higher candles. So check out the weekly candle on your chart. If you're a part of my Discord community, you have all these indicators on. You understand that this top and this bottom is my Keltner channel. That means if price goes up there, it is a strong sell signal, okay? It cannot be sustained. And that's what happens here. It doesn't mean that it's going to reverse the trend right away, but we were looking for price to revert the mean. Back in January of 2024, DJT had a massive run, right? It went way above this upper Keltner channel. A lot of times I look to buy puts short term, okay? And that's what happens here. We come all the way back down from this highs to here was a 39% drop. And then if we try to retest, you see how the pattern continues. We will come to the EMA 5, 10, and the 20. So when I'm looking at this chart, I'm trying to figure out how do I get in the trend early and then what entry points are the best. So if I look at this, it looks just very bullish. Every entry or every dip is getting bought up, okay? So we had this big move up. We come all the way up to $54, $55, and then we come crashing down to 27. We lose a big portion of it. It's just like Fibonacci retracements, how I use it. You use a higher time frame, and then your EMAs are going to be your trampoline effect. So when you jump up in the air, you look at your EMAs to bounce you back up. And so when price went all the way up, you see we come all the way back to down to your lowest EMA, and then that's where you bounce and you make a massive gain of 28% in a literally short amount of time. I tell all my clients, because nobody knows the future what's going to happen. I can't tell you exactly that DJT is going to bounce perfectly at this mark right here and it's going to make a new high. If anyone says that, they are just baloney. You just don't know. So when I am up 10%, this is a good rule of thumb. Always take it out. Because worst case scenario, it keeps going up, right? And you're like, oh, whatever. I missed out on tons of gains. But I have a solution for that. When you're up 10%, you sell 90% of your position, and you hold the other 10%, and you put a break-even stop loss right at your entry, and then you can kind of just manually trail and stop it. So when when I did a video on this before, and I said, wow, massive uptrend starting, and the reason why this is an uptrend is because the EMA 50 is starting to, we break out the EMA 50 right in here. This was no longer resistance. You see how we get a little resistance on this 20, when then we just break out of this EMA 50. The easiest way to see is, look at this. When the EMA 50 is in an uptrend, it acts as support. It's okay if it goes a little under, and then it closes the back of it, and it makes a massive rally. Nothing is going to be perfect in trading, right? But we know these are the levels where algos look to. So we can look at a stock and be like, okay, the algos like this EMA, and so they tend to respect it. And then as you can see, when this starts curling down, we touch the 50 so many times, just like support resistance, we can break through it. And this gave us the indication like, hey, this is looking bearish, and then we break down. Okay, so that's what we're seeing here. So on the weekly chart here, we have DJT here. We come back to the 10. We have a nice bounce up. But this is the opportunity that I like. You can miss this opportunity, and once this makes a big move, you're kind of done for it. So I'm eyeing two levels here. Realistically, I would love to see the EMA 20. That would be the best hit entry to get in. I don't know if we get that with the January already coming in here. It's December 31st when I'm making this video. We could have a nice rally and rally into January with a nice hype based on that. We could get something like this where we make these massive rallies up or even test these all-time high, or not all-time high, but near these highs up in here. So what I'm looking to do is I'm going to put some size in on this. If I have $5,000, let's just say if I had $5,000, I would put $1,000 on this EMA 10 price when I physically see, bam, price is touching it, because we have not touched this EMA 10 all throughout in this area. We've been touching this EMA 5 many times, so I know we're due to break it, right? Because the more times you touch it, the weaker it gets, and you can kind of see how we're kind of drifting through that EMA 5. So I think right here is a great entry point, guys. And if it goes to the 20, bam, I'll put $3,000 more on that. And that's how I'm kind of accumulating. I'm going to put a lot bigger size on the bigger EMAs because they act as better support. Okay, so when we had this big rally up, what happened here? Well, we come up, we come to the 5, and we make our short-term bounce. Did it give us 10%? Yes. We take that 10% and we run. Then we don't play that EMA again. We wait for the next EMA. It hits EMA 10. Did it give us a 10%? It gave us 35%, more than what we needed. Comes back, and then it comes to the next EMA. You see how it's like stepping stones, right? The algos are looking at these levels. They print out the money here, and then bam, we make 142% on the 20. We don't know which EMA is going to be the big money one, okay? We just know that one of these, the probability, everything's probability. You take your shots, right? I say, would I buy DJT right up in this area when it's above the EMA 5? No, because price naturally pulls back. When price is in balance, you pull back to it, and that's what happens here. When you make this massive move up, you pull back swiftly to the EMAs, and then a nice consolidation or a nice stepping stone is what makes this really bullish, right? We come up, we come back, and then we come up, and then we're pulling back, and we're just staircasing up. I don't care if it happens swiftly, right? The best ones are the ones that just slowly step it up, okay? And that's what I see DJT doing. But obviously, I wouldn't mind a big massive spike like these 2 candles here, which I could see happening. All right, guys, that's my analysis on DJT. I'm extremely bullish. The monthly chart looks bullish as we're coming in near here. Every time we touch the EMA 50, we rocket it. Every time we touch the 50, we rocket. This time, this scenario was a little different down in here, but as you can see, the probabilities of it taking a massive rocket is good here. I think we rocket here with the catalyst coming up, and then the chart's very bullish. So the algos know, pump, 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 we're pumping this. So if you guys want to join the premium Discord, click the link down below in the YouTube comments below and in the description. I'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts system. I promise you this is going to change your guys' lives. I've worked very hard to find a system that works, how to do a swing trading and how to do a day trading strategy efficiently. I do my day trades all throughout the day. I look at swing trades that have nice probabilities, and I'm patient. A lot of people, they FOMO into little things because they're bored. With this strategy is you don't get bored. You always have something to do. With my day trade alerts, they have high probabilities of, you're always, you're looking at a 15-minute chart and you're selling credit spreads, and I would love to show you guys that. But if you hit day trade alerts right in here, you can see everything that's happening. And if, you're not going to have this here yet, but if you hit it, it will ask you for you to subscribe. But I got your back, guys. For all the time I'm going to put into this, I decided to do $12 a month, and that is lifetime. You won't pay a single cent more a month. $12 a month for all new education, live streams, one-on-one coach mentoring. You can just DM me if you're like, hey, I'm confused on credit spreads. Can we go through a 30-minute video or a 30-minute walkthrough on how you do it? And I would love to do that, and I would show everyone how I'm doing it. And so, and that's the purpose of this. I do this full time. I made a nice community of how strategy that works. I took it from many places and I combined it into a strategy that makes sense for my personality. And if you're watching this, you might like, okay, I like DJT. How would I look to play it? And this strategy works for a lot of stocks like this. So hope you guys like the video. If you do subscribe, do it on your computer to avoid the iOS fee, okay? If you hit day trade alerts, it'll ask you to subscribe. It might be a little more if you do it on your phone app. So heads up, do it on your computer. If you have an Android, you will have to do it on your computer or use your phone's browser like Google and Safari and not the app because they're having issues with Android. But once you do that, you can use it just as fine. Hit server shop here and you can kind of read about the 2 memberships. But hope you guys liked the video. Give it a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll make more videos for you guys. If you have any requests, just let me know. I'll try to get back to you guys. But DJT, that's an A+ setup. I love it. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.